Hey guys, this is Michelle. I'm just going to do a quick journal page in this new journal that I got from my friend Tiffany. Um, I'm really loving it. I love the craft paper in it, and I'm really loving the size. It's different than what I've normally used, but yeah, I really like it. So I'm just giving you a little flip through. I'm going to do a page on the craft paper. There's a section of mixed media paper too, but I decided to continue with the craft paper. And it's a little warped from the pages before it, so I'm just going to clamp it down. And then because I don't like the ink to bleed through my pages, I have this art paper. It's craft also, and it comes on a roll and it's gummed, and you just wet the back of it, and then you can press it into place, and it dries really fast and it sticks really well, so it's perfect. So then I just take the top off and kind of put it around on the page too, just for some added depth and dimension. I don't even think I actually end up doing anything with it. It doesn't really make a difference rather, but you know, it's all intuitive and you don't know it at the time. So I just ripped off a little bit extra and I'm adhering that down as well. And then I'm going to I have some vintage ephemera there. I have some old letters and some super gaudy 70s wrapping paper that I love, and then some under paper um, that was underneath my work area in the same matching kind of colors. So I'm just going to take this, I'm starting with this old letter that I made a copy of, and the handwriting's from a different country. I'm not sure where, but it's really pretty script. So just adhering that just here and there with a Uhu glue stick. No rhyme or reason, just kind of placing it here and there. And then I'm going to take some of the yummy gaudy 70s wrapping paper and pink and gold, and I just love those colors. I love that. It's horrible, but I love it. And then I'm just going to adhere that down across both pages too. And again, no specific thought in mind or rhyme or reason, just kind of putting it here and there. And then this is an actual letter. It's from 1903. So it's the really dark black ink and the really pretty script. I can't believe we don't teach cursive in school anymore. I just think it's beautiful. And it's funny how it's evolved over the years. So then I'm going to take some of the underpaper that I had, and I kind of just picked the color that I wanted, or colors that I wanted that kind of went along with the theme of what the wrapping paper has in it, or colors that are what I wanted to incorporate in. And then again, just adding it until it looks about where I want it to be, and then I'll start adding paints and other mediums. So I guess I thought that was just not quite enough of that. Wrapping paper, a little bit of that. And then I decided to add some gesso. I typically put that on before I start, but I guess I forgot. So I'm just adding some gesso, mainly just to kind of blur the edges and take away the hard lines and kind of make everything mesh together, or mesh on the page. And that's just a dry brush. And then I'm going to use some Master's Touch Ocean Green. I'm just applying it with a Princeton Catalyst brush, and if you haven't used one before, they work really well. And then I'm just going to take some water and kind of blend the edges out again. And then this is Amsterdam Reflex Rose. It's like a fluorescent pink. And again with water just to kind of blend it all. And this is Bombay India Ink in yellow. And I'm just kind of swirling it about on the page, just wherever. Then I'm going to add some Dollar Rowney acrylic ink in neon pink and just putting some splatters on the page. And also some Dollar Rowney acrylic ink in flame orange. And then I spray it with water, and then it didn't really move like I wanted it to. So I added some water with the brush. And then I decided I wanted to pick some of the color and the wetness up a little bit, especially in the center where it was collecting. And then I dried it off camera. And I came back in with some more of the ocean green paint. It's like a really light kind of seafoamy green, I guess you would call it. And then I came back in again with some water. I think I was trying to blend out the orange. Now I'm going to use a Crafter's Workshop stencil, and then I'm going to use Prima Metallique paint in, I believe it's brass chandelier. I thought the brass looked good against the craft paper, and it kind of brought the gold out in the wrapping paper. So I'm just kind of placing it just in little random spots here and there. I really like it against the craft paper, but I also put it on the painted papers as well. And then I'm going to use, I believe this is a DecoArt stencil, and I'm going to use it with some homemade modeling paste that I also have a video for, if you're interested. And I'm just putting it on with my finger. I'm sure my palette knife is right on my table, but I'm also sure I probably couldn't find it if I needed it. So I'm just turning the stencil to have the lines go in different directions. I also think moving the stencil helps with the flow of the page and kind of breaks the stencil pattern up a little bit. Not sure if that's what it actually does, but it works for me. I'm going to dry it and put a little bit more of the India ink in yellow. I mainly just wanted to, and the flame orange acrylic ink, I mainly just wanted to, I think, help the modeling paste pop a little bit more. So added some water to it and then pulled it up with a paper towel. So now I'm going to add some golden iron oxide, and I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce the first word. I'll just put it in the description box. So I got this from a used art supply store in Savannah, Georgia. We don't have one of those in my town, but they're pretty incredible. So if you're lucky enough to have one in your town, or if you're in or near Savannah, Georgia, go to Starlandia, because I think it's a pretty awesome store. And I'm just putting it in a few places that I felt it needed a little contrast. And then I'm going to put some washi tape in, more coordinating colors. And one thing that I like to do, at least on some of the pieces, is rip the washi tape in half, and then you put the straight edges towards each other on the inside. So it's the same width, but the edges are deckled as opposed to having all straight lines. And I didn't do it on every piece. It takes away the hard edge of just rectangular washi tape. So just here and there, I like to break it up a little bit. And I can't believe I'm surviving that long with dried modeling paste on my hand or finger, but look at me, working through my OCD a little bit. And then I'm just going to put the modeling paste with the palette knife just around. It just kind of makes everything flow better and takes away hard edges and adds a little bit of contrast against the warm colors. And then I'm going to take, after I put the modeling paste down, I use, this is like one of my favorite tools. I break them and I buy them all the time. I don't know how many I've bought, but it's a Creative Memories multi-purpose tool. And the one end comes to a point and you can use it for mark making. And then the other end lifts stickers or pulls glue off the page, or I use them all the time. And this is just a paper towel that had pulled up paint or inks from somewhere. And then I typed this quote on my awesome $5 find at the thrift store. So I'm just ripping the paper towel down to size. And then I'm going to take some Liquitex Matte Medium and adhere the paper towel down on the page with that. And then for the quote, I just use the Uhu glue stick. And that's pretty much it. There's my page. I'll show you some close-ups in just a minute, but would love it if you would subscribe and like or comment, ask any questions. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.